Hey everybody, happy 5-Minute Friday. Dr. Holly here. Our topic for this week, I teased it a little bit last week, is when can I hire and what can I pay? So we're just going to go over some very basics about hiring and visioning and what you can do in your chiropractic office. And then we're going to look specifically at the profit first perspective. So hiring is a project, okay? If you didn't know that already. You really have to be clear about what role you are filling, what the cultural fit needs to be in your office, and you literally just have this person in your mind as you're writing out this job description, and you hope that you can find them easily, okay? Trust the process. Sometimes it may take a little bit longer than it needs to be. Be careful about hiring, someone just close proximity that needs a job and maybe has some experience, but somebody you're going to have to really work hard to train and retrain over and over again. Just throwing out some caution there for you. I really like doing team building activities like personal assessments, SWOT assessment, or personality types of things, or just knowing what your tendency is, like your from Gretchen Rubin's work. It really helps when you have a team working together, understanding the intricacies of communication styles and things like that. So trust the process. I am seeing across the board, people are either getting flooded with applications these days, or they're getting crickets for applications these days, okay? So put your people through a process, make sure that when you do get to that face-to-face time that you are already pretty sold that this is the right fit. You just want to make sure once you get face-to-face, okay? Don't be afraid to hire on a project basis, or just do some shadowing and some observing, do a trial, most likely do a trial care, do a trial run of your employees, to make sure that it's really great. Again, depending on the position that you're hiring for. If you're hiring for an associate, you definitely want them to spend some, get a good feel for their skill set when they're coming in. But somebody's not going to relocate, to your city, state, etc., just for a trial, most likely. So, anyways, training, retraining, mentoring your staff, trying to build them up is a constant evolution and process. Okay, now let's look at the profit first stuff. Cost analysis. Can I afford this? On the flip side, what does this free up for you to do? Are you being bogged down with a bunch of tasks that are not really at your level, and you really want to, offload some of those things, and then seeing what your potential is? So, think about this. You're going from a solo doc to getting some admin staff, some support staff, hiring an associate, building your business out is hopefully going to free up some time for you, but then it also, dramatically increases your generation potential. Now, one of the great rules of thumb in profit first is, if in doubt, open an account. If you really want to hire, an admin staff, then you come up with what your target is for how many hours that is and what the hourly rate is, and you start stowing that away. Just open up another account, start stowing that money away so that you can see, can I truly afford this? Now, of course, bringing that person on should hopefully free up some time for you and allow you to generate more revenue at that higher level once you have more support staff, okay? So what are we looking at right here on this slide? What we're looking at here is the differences when you jump your bracket of your revenue, okay? Now, this gets a little scary for people though, right here. If you're right at that 250 mark, you were at 50% owner's pay and all of a sudden, you're going down to 20%, what is that about, okay? This is scary. And it's not always right for everybody. So this is one of those scenarios where is it by the book, or do I do it, continue to do it this way? Now, the shift is coming from your operating expenses, because you're going to have high earners on your team now if you're hiring somebody like an associate. So your gross revenue is going to go up, but your piece of the pie is going to proportionally come down. But we don't want the goal to be for you to hire a bunch of people and you having more headaches maybe at the end of the day, but you're making less money. So we have to be really clear from the get-go on what you can afford and what that pay structure needs to be for that high earner. So how do we find efficiency in this? Okay. Delegate, automate, delete, and do. Okay. So start at the top. Delegating. When you're hiring somebody, use them to their fullest ability. Get those little tiny things off of your plate. If you need somebody to just go into your software and pull out stats so that it gets ready for your office meeting, have them do that. Basic office stuff. Hire experts on a project basis. If you're looking for accountability and support in implementing a system like Profit First, then hire somebody like a coach to help you with that process on a short-term basis. Okay, it does not have to be forever. Automate. What can you automate about your new patient experience, about, just the overall way that you do administration in your office? Maybe you don't always need to hire somebody. Maybe there's some automation you can find in some software that can really help to get you over the bar there. Delete. Okay, are you making your job harder than it needs to be? There's my timer. That's actually my topic for next week. So make sure you check out next week, because I have been seeing lots of examples of duplications and things that don't necessarily need to be happening over and over again. Okay, my last category is do. So this can sometimes get hard if you feel like you're overwhelmed, if you feel like you're just so ready to check out for the day. I know right now it's Friday afternoon, but you have to get certain things done. You have to put in the work, put in the investment to get the really crucial things done, like your notes, right? Okay. Last thing we're going to part with today, the 5-second rule. If you have not read or listened to that book by Mel Robbins, then I highly suggest you do so, because it's all about taking action. When you get an idea about something, an idea pops in your head and you think, wow, that's really great. Your brain's going to instantly try to talk you down or talk you out of it. 5-second rule makes it to where, that idea's popped up a couple times. You take action right now and you start moving towards the goals and create the life that you want to. Have a great weekend, everybody.